Welcome to day 13 of speedrunning my dailies because they take too long. Yesterday we set down a really good time of 10 minutes 20 seconds, so our aim, I would say, is to beat it, but we will be trying something slightly different today. So, without further ado, I think we'll just begin. Hi everyone, Editing Ollie here. I managed to forget to put the timer up for the Genshin part. I still recorded the time, so all should be normal, it's just you won't be able to see it. Sorry for that, and enjoy the video. So, I'm trying to make my intros a bit more concise. I think that's probably for the best. So, other than that then, yeah, I talk a lot during my 1 minute intros, and I don't think there's a lot of need to. So, today, Genshin will remain unchanged. We're going to keep pushing on with this artifact domain, getting new artifacts for future characters, and also, yeah, artifacts for my current ones. I have a completely unbuilt Zhao, so yeah, maybe this will mean I'll actually end up using him. Then beyond that, I think we're going to... Today we're not really going to try and set the time. I've been pushing for getting it faster and faster, and I'm really happy with how fast we got it. And I think realistically, it's going to take a bit of work to beat yesterday's run. And especially in some of the other games, it's probably worth moving over to farming something more reasonable. So, for example, in Star Rail currently, there is double drops on Cavern Relics, which I haven't been making use of because it's slower. So, for example, today we're going to probably spend our resin there. It'll be a bit slower, but probably better for overall account progression. I think moving forward, my aim is going to be to do a kind of mixture of these between days. So if I'm setting down a really good time, then prioritize doing it quickly rather than doing for what I need. But yeah, we've been pushing forward, trying to get better and better times every single day this week. I think it's finally time we take a little bit of a breath. So yeah, apologies for that. If you're hoping to see us continue to push forward. And yeah, then my plan for tomorrow's dailies thing is to finally deal with weeklies. So because in most of the games, completing stuff that will be counted as weeklies is enough to complete the daily rewards as well. I think I'll just merge the two together. Wait, I did not. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna take this as a little bit of overtime. Okay. So, that is Genshin. Next is Wuthering Waves. Hi everyone. I'm first want to make an apology. In hopes of making my intro faster, I completely forgot to put the timer up. Like, the timer was running, but I had my recording thing not set up quite correctly. So apologies for that. The time was recorded, we're 24.7 seconds over. And yeah, next I want to discuss what my plan is for Wuthering Waves. I wanted to start farming stuff over here, but I don't think it's worth headed over this way until we've got there in a somewhat reasonable way. So I think in this game we'll just stay on farming in here. I have so many rectifier characters that need stuff, so yeah, let's get going. And yeah, you'll see that a little bit of time ran into the Wuthering Waves thing. I think I made a little bit of a comment of it as it happened, but I accidentally stopped the timer a little bit early, which I guess for you at home doesn't really make a difference. But yeah, that's where we're at. And then let's do it so that they all get hit. Oh, I missed this one. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, so then in terms of future runs, I think in general this is the game that there's the most skill disparity between me and what a top run would do. So I guess I've got the least experience with the combat, and this one's got the most complex combat system. Zenless, we managed to find a really good time save, thanks to a commenter over on TikTok, which I showed in yesterday's video. I made a little Stitch TikTok as well. So if you didn't know I had a TikTok, well, now you do. It should be linked down below. Yeah, beyond that then, future video plans. I mentioned the weeklies video. I also want to get the second part to exploring Wuthering Waves done today, so fingers crossed that will also be up today. However, knowing how viewership goes for my videos, you'll probably end up seeing that before this. But okay, I'm getting lost in talking. It's a good thing we're on our we're not really going for a new time here. Historia will be slower, and I might go and spend my Resident Zenless in maybe also Relic Domains, but that's our time here. So yeah, see you in Zenless. And here we are. So I think I'm gonna quickly look through and see what materials we probably could use. Yeah, we're getting double rewards from this. So I might spend in this domain maybe, mainly because I'm planning to go for Vivian, but it could also be worth working on some of the characters I currently use. No, we'll spend it in here. So, let's begin. So, as always, we'll start off with the store. I need to remember to actually do you, go here, recommend, open. Honestly, that is such a game changer. Then yeah, we can keep going. I also other videos I want to look at doing is stuff like doing Abyss runs. We have a Genshin Abyss still to be done. Actually I didn't want this, did I? Then training, routine, go. I don't remember what weakness I'm supposed to use. Electric. Okay. I guess we'll use this. I think this is fine. But yeah, this will be a fair bit longer. Yeah, so my plan is to have the Wuthering Waves video out. Then, do we want to see event videos for individual events? Or only the major ones? I'm not really sure. As I said, I think before I record basically everything I do. It's just the problem I in general have is actually ending up editing the stuff down. Because then the mountain of footage, I still don't really know what I'm doing with editing. Got the hang of playing with background music, and yeah, beyond that, I've not got that much more to offer. With this having a faster intro, I think I'm going to try and actually put a bit of work into editing during the video. Some of these things I'm talking about probably take me ages and ages, but yeah, let me know really what I can work on, what works well in other videos that you like, what doesn't work well in other videos that you want me to completely avoid. Yeah, this is a whole work in progress. This run has been awful. I'm really glad we're not in for a good time here. So yeah, I think, yeah, in general then, ooh, that's quite good. In general, my immediate future goals are just kind of keep at it. I think the most important thing is to be consistent. I see viewership steadily increasing overall. Like, I go through phases of having a couple of videos at the same time doing quite well, and then other days where I don't really have any videos doing well, but that's okay, and I think that's normal, especially because I probably haven't fully found a consistent watcher base. Like, it's constantly all unique viewers. I get a lot of people that are liking the videos, but I don't think there's a huge amount of you that are repeat watchers as of yet. I may be surprised, but yeah, we just need to keep at it. Fingers crossed what I'm doing is unique. I've had a few of you saying you love the videos, so thank you. But yeah, I think we just keep at it. One thing then, I don't know if I mentioned, which I wanted to mention. I might be repeating myself, so if I am, very sorry. But for me then, these speedrun videos are at some point very much going to stagnate, especially with putting in days like this. So one of my plans is to have then shorter, one longer video each week of how my speedruns went. So yeah, working on doing the speedruns each day. There will be days then where we can't make progress, and days where we need to then focus more on stuff our account actually needs, like today. But then if you're always expecting one video a week, I can go for a few runs to be fast in a week and go for a few runs more like this. But I think I will save that for when I more know what other kinds of content I want to make, and I think with that then I'd still keep up with making the shorts each day, talking about how it's going, and then yeah, the weekly summary where I show off the best run, show off then what times I got over the week, whether it was better or not, and a more edited package. But I think for now more is better. But yeah, really long split in this game, but we are done. So next is Staro. Already a minute and 14 over. Well, I'll see you all there. And here we are with Staro. So yeah, I think we'll just get started and spend resin in cavern domains rather than in this. So let's begin. Because we're already so far over, I think we just get at it. So this double drops now. We're going to use my friend's E6 support, Jing Liu. I think that will do us great. And yeah, stuff to talk about then with Staro. The live streams yesterday. I think the sentiment is shared with everyone. This patch would be absolutely incredible if it were not for the global passive. And there's not a huge amount that, yeah, we can do about that. I guess you could talk about stuff like a boycott or whatever, but I just, it can't do anything at this point. So, yeah, I think very exciting patch if we ignore that. I for one really want Castoris, but that has nothing to do with the global passive. In fact, I'd probably want her more if there was no global passive. I agree that the passive should be there, or rather, I think you can make a very solid case for the passive to be there when she's on the field, because her teams suffer a lot from having characters really, really low. But then yeah, beyond that, for other teams, I don't see a reason. Like, it's silly, and it's just gonna make the game feel even more like if you don't have the latest character, you can't do anything. But yeah, in terms of then the other rewards, I didn't look too much at the story content parts of it because I'm not caught up. I don't want to risk being spoiled of anything. I plan to get caught up in the next few days, so or at least the next week, so I'll try and put a video out for my adventures doing that. We have then the double crits, HP, crit and speed. Oh, that's perfect. And yeah, so then we can talk about the free rewards. I think a free Ruan-Mei / Luocha is amazing. Ruan-Mei kind of, there is no break without Ruan-Mei, so it kind of makes a really good break team accessible, especially with Firefly being free in the free character selector. Of those characters, in my opinion, there's only really two good options with how characters currently are, which is Firefly and Sunday. Sunday is kind of staple of the Memory Sprite characters. Won't be so useful with Castoris, but what he does is pretty invaluable to other Remembrance characters, particularly looking at Aglaya. I'm very excited because my Firefly is E1. I wanted to eventually go for E2, and then I've just been caught up in when she reran. I can't spend everything and go into 3.0 with nothing. So yeah, I'm very excited, and I'm very happy I didn't make the decision to go for E2 at the time. I went for E1 on a first banner. And it means, yeah, we'll have access to E2 Firefly, which means she won't feel as power crept compared with the latest characters anymore. So I'm very happy about that. One thing though is, if I didn't go for Sunday on his first banner, I think I would have absolutely taken Sunday here. The reason I went for him at the time, I didn't really have teams that could use him. I guess this one, but it was more for future Memory Sprite characters. I didn't want to cut myself completely off of a playstyle, but because I slightly regretted it when I skipped Topaz way back when, and instead went for whoever it was alongside. Like, I probably, along with most players, sided with Kafka and Dot over Topaz and Follow-Up, and then look what's happened to Dot. So I think cutting yourself off from a major playstyle is pretty bad, and more support is always better. But yeah, in terms of the free rewards, I think it's, I mean, they know how to cover up the mess-ups with the global passive, and I mean, you can see not that many people are still complaining about it. I guess because we know it was coming, and we kind of, as they kept doubling down on it, we knew there was no way. But yeah, I think, yeah, it's gone from a completely incredible patch to a kind of okay patch to me. But we're about to finish up. So that is our time. Still better than our first time, but not amazing. So yeah, we're done. Thank you all for watching. I've put out, I feel like, a bunch of questions in this video. If you have any ideas, any thoughts, let me know. And yeah, if you've made it this far, like and subscribe goes a long way. And I'll see you all tomorrow with what is hopefully the weeklies video. If all goes well. Anyway, cheers.